Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, children. Now, yesterday we were learning about the internal resistance of a cell. Now, what is internal resistance of the cell and what is EMF? Two things we discussed yesterday. Now, EMF is nothing but electromotive force, which is nothing but the potential difference of a cell in an open circuit. Now, whenever you connect an external battery to a circuit, there will be a current that is flowing in the circuit, and there is a voltage drop, and you have what is called as potential difference. So in a closed circuit you call it as potential difference, and in an open circuit you call it as an EMF. EMF is nothing but electromotive force. And we were also discussing about internal resistance. Internal resistance exists inside the battery, and it is the resistance inside the battery which opposes the flow of current inside the battery. And we arrived at the equation for a current which is given as I equal to psi by R by R. And also we arrived at the equation for EMF. Okay, EMF or EMF in an open circuit, potential difference in the case of a closed circuit, which is equal to E is equal to psi minus IR. So this is what we were discussing yesterday, right? Now today we are going on to the next topic, cells in series and parallel. Now, cells in series and parallel. Today's topic is current electricity, part 9. We are going to learn about cells in series and parallel. So, when cells are connected in series and parallel, what will be the effective potential difference? Okay, so this is what we are going to discuss today, right? Now, look at this diagram, children, like how we connected resistors in series and parallel. Here also cells are connected in series. Now the first diagram, I have taken two cells, and these two cells are connected serially. Okay, so we can calculate current and voltage in a circuit and replace this as a single combination. You can find out the value of current and voltage. Okay, now look at this diagram, children. There are two cells. Okay, so they are connected in series where one terminal of the two cells is joined together. Now look at this. Now this is the negative terminal of the first cell, which is connected to the positive terminal of the second cell. Okay, and the negative terminal of the second cell and the positive terminal of the first cell are left free. Okay, I want you to refer your textbook, children. The first paragraph. Consider first two cells in series where one terminal of the two cells is joined together, leaving the other terminal in either cell free. So this is what I was telling. So here the negative terminal connected to the positive terminal of the second cell, and the negative terminal of the second cell and the positive terminal of the first cell are left free. Okay, and this psi 1 and psi 2, now this is not even. Yesterday I was telling you it's not even, it's psi 1 psi 2 are the EMF of the two cells, and R1 and R2 are considered to be their internal resistances. Okay, right. Okay, now we are going to see the potentials. So what are the potentials? Let me adjust this, children. Yeah, VA, V of A and V of B and V of C. So what is this? They are nothing but potentials at points A, B and C. So where are these points, children? Now at this point A, VA is the potential. At this point B, BB is the potential. And at this point C, VC is the potential. So what is the potential difference between the positive and negative terminal of the first cell? Now this is the this is the first cell, and there are 2 points on either side of the cell. One is A and one is B here. Now what is the potential difference between these 2 points in the cell whose EMF is given as psi1? So let me write this as VAB. Okay, that is the potential difference between the terminals of the cell 1. Okay, which is given as VAB is equal to V of A minus V of B. Similarly, the potential difference between B and C is given as BC is equal to V of B minus V of C. Am I right, children? Yes, I wrote now the potential difference between these two cells. Now, as far as this cell is concerned, I need to write the potential difference between A and B. As far as this cell 2 is concerned, I need to write the potential difference between B and C. So, which I have written here, VAB equal to VA minus V of B. Similarly, VBC is equal to VB minus VC. Now, we know the formula for this. Yesterday, we have derived. Okay, what is potential difference? It is, as far as this cell is concerned, the EMF of the cell is psi1 minus the current flowing will be the same. So, it is I into what is the internal resistance? It is R1. Similarly, for this cell, it is psi2 minus I into R2. Is it clear? Now, what is the potential difference between the terminals? Now, look at this diagram clearly. The potential difference between the terminals AC, okay, which is given as, now due to the combination I have to write now. So, I have V of AC is equal to, I will combine this. Let me put a bracket. V of A minus V of B. So, this is for the first cell, plus for the second cell it is V of B minus V of C. Okay, so this is the combination. Now the potential difference between the 2 points due to cell C1 and the potential difference between the points B and C due to the cell C2. So when I combine these two, the effective potential will be VAC is equal to VA minus VB plus VB minus VC. Hope you understand this, right? Now I am going to substitute the value. Let us go to the next page. I will substitute the value. I will write V of AC equal to, I will write that once again, children, so that you understand better. So V of A minus V of C, right? This is a potential which is given by V of A minus V of B plus V of B minus V of C. Okay, ma? Is it clear? Now this will be, what is V of A? Let us substitute. V of A is psi1 minus IR1, right? Psi1 minus IR1. So this is V of A minus V of B plus here I have psi2 minus IR2. Okay, ma, just check. Now V of A minus V of B is this equation and V of B minus V of C is this equation. So I have substituted both. Now I will take the psi common out. So I have psi1 plus, actually in your textbook they have given as E1 plus E2 here, children. You change it, okay? So psi1 plus psi2. Now take this minus out. I also take it out. I have R1 plus R2. Is it clear, children? Are you able to understand? So this is with respect to this first diagram. Okay, I have taken the potential for this cell. I have taken the potential difference due to this cell, and I have taken the net potential difference at points A and B due to these two cells. Right? Now, this circuit is equivalent to, now what I have done, I have combined these two cells, and the effective of that, or E equivalent, okay, E equivalent will be the combination of this psi1 and psi2, right? Similarly, here R equivalent will be the combination of R1 plus R2. Is it clear? So, psi equivalent equal to psi1 plus psi2. R equivalent is equal to R1 plus R2. So, I have combined both the cells together, and this is the equivalent circuit of these two cells that are connected in series. Hope you understood this diagram, right? Now, I will write the combination as a single cell. So, what will be my equivalent, which is VAC equal to this E psi1 plus psi2 is equal to psi equivalent minus I into, I will write this as R equivalent. Okay, now I'm going to compare these two equations. Let me write this equation 1. Let me write this as equation 2, children. So, what will be psi equivalent now? Psi equivalent will be equal to psi1 plus psi2. Similarly, what is my R equivalent equal to? R equivalent will be R1 plus R2. Okay, so this is the effective EMF. Now this is, these two are very important formulas. Effective, effective potential difference, and here is the internal resistance, effective in R1, R2, as I told you, these are nothing but internal resistance of a cell. So R equivalent will be equal to R1 plus R2. Now take your textbook, children. I need to discuss 2 points which are considered to be very important. Now take equation 3.64 and 3.65. Now when you compare these two equations, we get psi equivalent equal to psi1 plus psi2 and R equivalent equal to R1 plus R2. Now this is with respect to, look at this diagram, children. The negative terminal of the first cell being connected to the positive terminal of the second cell. Okay. Now there is a possibility where you can connect the negative terminal of the first cell to the negative terminal of the second cell. That is discussed there in the point. See the point there? In figure 3.20, we had connected the negative electrode of the first to the positive electrode of the second. If instead we connect the two negatives in the sense, the negative terminal of the first cell connected to the negative terminal of the second cell. So in that case, I have psi equivalent to be instead of psi1 plus here it should be psi2, children, not R, it should be psi2 here. Wait 1 minute, children. Yes, now this should be psi2 instead of psi equivalent equal to psi1 plus psi2. I have psi equivalent is equal to psi1 minus psi2. Okay, and here definitely psi1 will be greater than psi2. So this will be the equation, right? So here comes two important conclusions when cells are connected in series. The rules for series combination clearly can be extended to any number of cells. Of course, if there are n number of cells, now this is with respect to two cells which I have taken, but this can be extended up to n number of cells, right? Okay, so what is the first conclusion we get? The equivalent EMF of a series combination, equivalent EMF is this form, this value, this is equivalent EMF. The equivalent EMF of a series combination of cells is just the sum of their individual EMF. Now this is EMF of the first cell, this is the EMF of the second cell, right? So the equivalent EMF will be equal to the sum of the individual EMF. Similarly, the equivalent internal resistance, the equivalent internal resistance of a series combination is equal to the sum of their individual internal resistance. Like how we did the resistors in series parallel, the net effect, the resultant we were taking care. Resultant in sentence, I was telling, the effective resistance connected in series is equal to the sum of the resistance of the individual resistors. Similarly, the equivalent EMF is equal to the sum of their individual EMF. The equivalent internal resistance is equal to the sum of their individual internal resistance. Okay, are you able to understand, children? Yes, clear? Next we are moving on to parallel connection. Now look at this diagram, the same thing, but only thing is here instead of the cells being connected serially, here two cells are connected in parallel. Look at this diagram, I am explaining you the diagram, children. Now there are two cells that are connected in parallel. Now R1 be the internal resistance of the first cell, R2 be the internal resistance of the second cell, and psi1 means psi1 is the EMF of the first cell, and psi2 be the EMF of the second cell. Okay, and these two cells are connected like this, and you need to find out the potential difference at the ends A and C. Okay, and two currents, see here the current entering, okay, I1 and I2 are the currents entering here and they are leaving. Okay, so they are leaving the positive electrodes where the current is coming out from. The currents are coming out from the positive electrodes of the cell. Okay, so at the point B1, look at the point B1, children. I1 and I2, they flow in towards B. Flow in means they move towards B. They move towards B1, and after they pass through this terminal, the current emerges out as I. Here the current is divided because the cells are connected in parallel. In parallel connection, we have already seen in the case of resistors, parallel connection, the current is distributed. So since two cells are connected in parallel, the current gets distributed here. That is why you have current I1 and I2. I2 is the current coming out from the cell C2, I1 is the current that is coming out from the cell C1, and at this junction they combine together as a single current, so the total current will be I. Okay, so here the current breaks, right? So the total current is I. So I can start with the formula for total current as, let me write here, children, I is equal to I1 plus I2. Okay, ma? Is it clear? Now, what is the potential at B1 and B2? Okay, so the potential at B1 is given as VB1. VB1 is, I will write in short, children, POT. Potential at B1. Okay, and what is VB2? What is VB2? VB2 is again potential at B2. Okay, ma? Right. Now let us consider the first cell. First cell, forget this forget this. Now let us take this connection alone. Okay, look at the dot moving, red dot. See here from A, this part alone let us consider. So what is the potential difference now? The potential difference across the terminals. Across the terminals with respect to the first cell is given as V is equal to, let me write it on the next page, V is equal to V is equal to V of B1 minus V of B2 is equal to, of course we know the formula, psi1 minus I1 into R1. Last topic we wrote only I, remember, because the cells are connected in series, but here it is not like that. As I told you, the current is getting distributed, right? Similarly, I will write, so this is with respect to the cell 1, okay? So VB1 minus VB2, that is at this point and this point, the potential for the cell 1 is given as VB1 minus VB2, which is equal to psi1 minus I1 R1. Similarly, with respect to the second cell also, you have the potential difference to be VB1 minus VB2 is equal to, here you have psi2 minus I2 into R2. Is it clear, children? So here this is equation. Before this I forgot to write the total current. Yeah, I have written. Let me mark this as equation 1. So let me take this equation 1 here also. So I will write total current is I1 plus I2. Now let this equation be 1. Now let this equation be 2 and here it is 3. So I am going to have this 3 equations combined. Now the value of, now here I will write the value of current to be, what is the value of current? Here V is equal to psi1 minus I1 R1. So what will be the value of I1 here, children? So I1 will be psi1 minus V by R1. Hope you understood this. V is equal to psi1 minus IR1. So I have taken this R1 to the left side, brought this V to the other side. So in that case, I1 will be psi1 minus V by R1. Similarly, here I have I2 is equal to psi2 minus V by R2. Okay, ma? Is it clear? Yes, I will write the value of current once again here. So I1 equal to psi minus V by R1. Similarly, I2 equal to, psi1. Psi2 minus V by R2. Okay. Now substitute in the total current formula. So total current is I equal to, I1 is psi1 minus V by R1 plus psi2 minus V by R2. Okay, ma? Is it clear? Now I will separate this equation as psi1 R1. Bring this also to the combine. Let us, now this will be like this. Then minus V, I can write this as 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So what is that I have done? I have rearranged. Okay, now look at the rearrangement. Here it is psi1 minus V by R1 plus psi2 minus V by R2. Now psi1, now this is divided as psi1 by R1 minus V by R1. Similarly, psi2 by R2 minus V by R2. So I have rearranged these two terms together. So psi1 by R1 plus psi2 by R2. Minus V I have taken common because here also it is minus V by R1. Here also it is minus V by R2. Take minus V out, I have 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Okay. Now when I rearrange and simplify, I will get the value of V to be. Now I will bring this V to the right side, to the left side, and take this I to the right side. Okay, now this is, let me write here, children. Let me write I here. Okay, now simplification part of it. After simplification, I will bring this V to the left side, take I to the right side. Then I have the equation V is equal to psi1 R2 plus psi 2 R1 by R1 plus R2, okay, minus I into R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. This formula you know. Now here take the decimal. Sorry, take the LCM. So you have R1 R2 in the denominator. Numerator I have R2 plus R1, which is minus V into I have R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. Now this I'm taking exactly to the other side. I will come in this place. So I have I, and you have R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. Now this you cross multiply, and this R1 and R2 will come here also, which comes as R1 plus R2. So simplification is very easy. I think you will not have any problem. So you will get the effective, potential. Okay, V is equal to this value. Now this is with respect to the two cells individually, which which are connected in parallel. Now look at this diagram. Now what I have done here, I have now found out the effective voltage when it is connected in parallel. Now this can be combined, this can be combined to a single form. So in that case, this is how the circuit diagram goes on. Okay, now this is the equivalent EMF of the two cells that are connected in parallel. And this is the equivalent internal resistance for the cells that are connected in parallel. So if we want to replace the combination by a single cell, then I have the value of equivalent EMF is equal, potential difference is equal to EMF equivalent minus I into R equivalent. Again, this formula we are familiar with. Yes or no? Okay, now I'm going to compare the equation. So what is the equation for the EMF equivalent? I will write here, children. So EMF equivalent equal to psi 1. I am writing this, comparing this with this equation. So this is EMF equivalent, this is I equivalent. I'm going to write this here. EMF equivalent equal to psi 1 R2 plus psi 2 R1 by R1 plus R2. Similarly, what is R equivalent? R equivalent will be R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. Now what will be this simpler? How can I write this? I can write this as 1 by R equivalent equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, correct? When I take the LCM of this R1 R2, you will have R1 plus R2, which is 1 by R equivalent. R equivalent will be the reciprocal of this. I don't know whether you are very familiar with again the previous topic. If you are not going to be familiar with the previous topic, then again it is going to be difficult once again here. Okay, and here also I can simplify this equation, and 1 by R equivalent equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, which will be of this form. Okay, now what is the next last step they are doing? They are comparing this. That is, let me take this as equation 1, let me take this as equation 2. Now they have done the ratio of this psi equivalent by R equivalent, that is here this equation, this equation. So psi equivalent by R equivalent will be, now psi equivalent is this. Now by is you multiply it because it is a reversal of it. So it is R1 plus R2 by R1 R2. R1 plus R2 gets cancelled. So when you simplify, you have the ratio of, I will write here, children, E equivalent by R equivalent will be by R equivalent is equal to psi 1 by R1 plus psi 2 by R2. So this is a very, very important equation. Now all these formulas will be used for solving numericals, and these formulas for the internal resistance and the EMF can be used for n number of resistors. If it is going to be n number of resistors, I can have 1 by R equivalent equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 up to 1 by R1 and by Rn, or similarly the ratio of this can be also considered to n number of resistors, which is psi 1 by R1 plus psi 2 by R2 up to psi n by Rn. So this goes like this. Okay, so go through the topic today. Two topics are very important. Write it once in your homework notebook and post me as homework, children. Please do it very sincerely. So many concepts are discussed now, so please be very clear on what we do. Okay, so write it once and send me by evening today.